Trigger Man, where we play no games and we got good aim. Welcome to the channel and thank you for watching. The Trigger Man.
All right, boy, Trigger Man, back in the lab. And today, what we have here. Today, man, we're spraying a Mustang, paint code E9. This is a 3-stage, one of those tricky little 3 stages, but I know it ain't gonna be nothing for the old Trigger. Ain't nothing for the Trigger. 3-stage red E9 Ford. Damage on the fender. Blend the door. What else we doing? Rear bumper. So yeah, that's what we're doing. And today we're gonna be doing this with the PRD 717 Triggerman Edition Porpoise split nozzle technology. You dig? Yeah, man. So a bunch of you guys wanted to see, after I did the Alfa Romero, you wanted to see how this gun did on that same little compressor. Remember, I did the Alfa Romero on this little vevor compressor, 13 gallon. So you guys requested, hit it with the PRD. Let's see if it can do the same. So the job was about the same. It was 3 panels. That was a quarter panel door and the front bumper. This is a fender, door, and rear bumper. So it's pretty much equal. So, you know, and we'll see. And that gun did perfectly well. You know what I'm saying? No problem. Finished the job, was nice, glossy, minimal orange peel, did a good job. So we're gonna see if the PRD do the same thing. So for right now, let's get this thing going. Okay, she's a quiet one. She's a quiet one. You know what that means? She's a keeper. Yeah, she don't do all that. She's a keeper when she's quiet. But yeah, so that's what we're gonna do, man. So I'm gonna go mask up, mix up, and we're gonna get to it. Bye.
Look who's back. Back again. Porpoise back. Watch this blend. Okay, so a couple of you guys did want to know how this gun would do on that same compressor. Now, for the smart asses, we know the compressor is too tiny. See, it just kicked in. I'm just pointing to it. It just kicked in from the amount of paint I put on so far. So, for the smart asses, yes, compressor's small. It's very small. It's not even reasonable to think to use it for a job like this. But that's all we have to test, okay? We got the real big shop 80-gallon compressor, and that's all we got. So, this is all I got to use, so I'm using it, okay? And a couple guys did want to know, so that's what we're doing. All right, moving along. Now, the inokraft, yes, it stated in the literature on the gun that the gun is 10.2 CFM, okay? A lot of people, including myself, think that's high for an LVP. I forgot exactly what this is. I know this is somewhere around there, 11 CFM or something. Okay, the 10.2 is high for an LVLP, but that inokraft gun did a hell of a lot better than this Porpoise gun is doing on that compressor. This thing is zapping the life out of the compressor. The jobs are fairly the same size, but it's eating it up. Yeah, we're gonna make it work. We'll get through it. And it still did a damn good job. Luckily, it has that split nozzle. This thing dropped down to like 8 PSI. No lie. It dropped down to 8 PSI while I was still spraying. And because that's a split nozzle and it can operate at a lower PSI, it still came out good. Surprisingly, man, that thing was dropping all the way down to barely nothing. And it still came out good. Fairly good. I'm not gonna say it came out great the way I wanted it to, but you guys will see in the end, you know, it did come out okay. As you see, I'm playing with the pressure there. I'm trying to, it's on life support, and I'm trying to boost it up best I can. And yeah, it was challenging, very challenging. But again, most of you are gonna have a bigger compressor, so it could work for that. But if you guys are somebody, if it's somebody who's dealing with a real small, you see I'm still playing with the air, trying to get everything I can get out of it. And right now it's down, it's low. And but yeah, so if some of you guys that are using a compressor that maybe a little bit bigger, there's a 13 gallon, maybe you got a 20 gallon, excuse me, it's still something that you want to take into consideration and go with a lower CFM required spray gun. You know, I don't know how to gauge and tell exactly the CFM on these guns, other than put it on these different compressors and see what eats up the air the fastest. And this gun sure as hell does, you know. And I don't think Porpoise markets this as a LVLP, so it's really not even in the same ballpark. I'm just doing a video because there were a bunch of guys that wanted to see it, you know. And that's what I do. I do stuff that you guys want to see. And you'll see here, see when I pop off my thing there, when I pop off the coupling, usually that thing like pops like real loud. It's like no air in there, no air. I think that was the point to where it was like at 8 psi. And that's just doing 3 panels, just as I did on my previous video. You know, if you're new to watching or you missed last week's video, the same exact 3 panels I had, just a different gun, same materials. Granted, this is a 3-stage, but that has nothing to do with me putting down a coat, a layer, you know. There's 2 stages, base coat, clear coat. There's 3-stage. There's a mid coat, but again, still to complete 1 layer is still a task this way with this spray gun. So it's just something, you know, to keep in mind. Now I'm putting down a wet bed. I'm just putting down a clear base coat over this. I just wanted to double check how the blend looks with this tri-stage. And if you're curious about this, that's something you might also want to watch 2 videos back, 2 weeks ago, on the 4-stage with the flakes, that job I did on my personal car. That may be something you'd be interested in. You know, you got to catch up here. But yeah, so I'm just checking my blend there. That was all I was doing. Everything looked good. Good to go as far as clear. So on the first coat of clear, I'm going to start on the rear bumper. Just because after 1 coat, 1 panel, the air is pretty much halfway gone. And I really should have started up front, but you know, Trigger had a dumb moment. Right thing to do would have been start at the bigger panels, the fender, the door. Then as I'm choking on air, then I go ahead and do the rear bumper, the smaller panel. See here, I'm cranking everything I got. I'm adjusting, trying to get some air. And it wasn't, not too good, man. So I would definitely say the inokraft is a better option for a small compressor guy. I don't know about the PSI on it, if it's truly 10.2. Maybe it's really an 8.2. I don't know. It could be 14. I don't know. But all I know is what you see. What I did and what you see, that's what I know. Out of air. It's out. 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 Okay, we're back. Now this time, I learned my lesson. And I'm starting at the front of the vehicle. So this way, and that's how it happened too. I started here, doing the front. As I got just about done with the door, the compressor, the air was just gone. Which is okay, because the rear bumper, you know, old Mustang, we can make that work, you know. We can make it work. See here, plenty of pressure, good atomization. But once that thing drops down, 14, 12, 10 PSI, then, you know, it's not more I can do. I mean, I'm a decent painter, but hey, I'm only human. And so that's it there. Just double checking this, making sure those 2 panels, good. Now, we're on life support. That's everything. That's everything. Telling you on this one here, this thing was just, the compressor was just going non-stop. That sucker was hot, running. And on the inokraft, hey, it had a little break. It had a little breather. Just making sure I get the top of this bumper nice and wet. You know, doing stuff like this, the stuff that hits the eye first. If you're working with something that's not ideal situation as far as the pressure on this one, hit the areas first that are really going to catch the eye. That way, you know, the pressure drops all the way down. It starts now to atomize towards the bottom of the bumper. See? 8 psi, nothing. That way you get down towards the very, very bottom of the bumper. That's where you want to have your clear, not atomized as good. If you're going to have it at all, you want to have it right down at the very, very bottom of the bumper. And again, none of this stuff is ideal. You know, this is just trying out stuff for you guys, man. The guys out there that are using this stuff, that need to use this type of equipment, that can only afford to use this type of stuff. So that's what it is.
All right, we got it done, That's what we're looking like, That's what we're looking like with the PRD 717 split nozzle, V nozzle technology. That's what we're looking like. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. A little factory peel in there, It's okay with me, you know the deal. But little 13-gallon vevor and the PRD 717, horrible combination. Don't do it. I would highly advise against it. You know, you can get some results with it, decent results, but you will be working for it, you know, and it's really not. The juice just ain't worth the squeeze, you know what I'm saying? That's my honest opinion. It's working like hell. That compressor is working like hell for this. And yeah, so I would advise against that. You know, if you got a bigger compressor, of course, you're good with the PRD. If you have that compressor or something similar to that, then you go with a different spray gun, something like the inokraft or, you know, something that's in true LVLP. Even though that inokraft said 10 CFM, 10.2 CFM, it still did a lot better than this gun. So, you know, you take that as you will. That's what it is, you know what I'm saying? So I only did this video because you guys asked for it. You guys want to see it, so that's what I give you, you know? That's what I give you. But anyway, so that's a wrap, man. It's drizzling outside right now. If it dries up and there's some sunlight, you know, I'll take it out, let it poke out a little bit. And that's it. So that's the 13-gallon, and that's the PRD. We have a thumbs down on that one, okay? And remember, it's only a spray gun. Now go have fun.
Listen to that little 4.6 liter growl. Roar. Isn't she a tough one? But yeah, that's what we're looking like out in the sun. As you see, it's good. You know, it can work, but it's a struggle, man, you know? Really a struggle, an unnecessary struggle when you have options, you know? The damn porpoise costs more than the compressor. So if you have a compressor like that, you'd be okay getting a little inokraft or a little, you know, LVLP gun. And there will be a link for that inokraft down in the description in case you're interested. You see, looks fine. Color good, blend is good, peel is good, you know, that's smooth. Old Mustang, you know, no big deal. So luckily we can try these things out on these vehicles. Back of it there, smooth, no problem. No problem. So there will be a link down in the description if you want to get one of those inokrafts. Again, check out the video previous to this one here from last week. That's where I sprayed the inokraft. And I did tell the people over there at inokraft, if somebody gets it from my link, go ahead and put that Trigger Man tune on it so you can go ahead and get them glass results like we had on that Alfa Romero. You dig? Anyway, your boy Trigger signing off. Please like, share, subscribe. Ask that you would please tell a friend. And after doing so, if you would please tell his girlfriend. Peace.